One of the images that catches your eye from last weekend's winter storm. An apartment complex in the Central West End frozen over after firefighters sprayed it to put out a fire in the building. Now, a week later, that complex is left empty and dozens of residents forced to pick up their lives and move elsewhere on short notice. Tonight, First Alert 4's Kimberly Donahue is talking to one of those residents who is still trying to figure out what's next and the assistance available.
I felt like I was suffocating.
That's how Alisa Nguyen felt watching her apartment building burn on January 24th.
Seeing my whole life vanish in front of my eyes kind of just felt like I was no longer about to exist.
Nguyen is one of the dozens of survivors of the fire at the Chesterfield building in the Central West End. Firefighters were called to the apartment complex at Union and Waterman last Saturday afternoon. The weather complicating the fight to extinguish the flames. Crews battled snow and single-digit temperatures.
Everything becomes a little bit more difficult to operate. You know, just turning on the hydrants freeze very quickly. The gaskets, the O-rings that keep these hoses together from leaking, they become brittle, they start breaking. As we run over, people run over our hoses, they break.
Freezing water made the fire more difficult to contain. Reminders of the fire showing on the building for days after, as temperatures remained bitterly cold. Nguyen says she only moved to St. Louis from Nashville, Tennessee a month before the fire, which adds to the stress of figuring out the next steps.
I'm currently staying with friends for the time being. I've been balancing having to go back to work, but also looking and touring other apartment units.
In spite of what's happened, Nguyen says she isn't ready to give up on St. Louis.
I'm so used to what Nashville looks like. I just want to open up to another city.
A cause of the fire hasn't been released. There is a GoFundMe set up to support Alisa through the process of relocating on the First Alert 4 News app. Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.